People's Channel. We have the WBC 130 champion, Oshaquie Foster. What's going on, man? I'm happy that you was able to come on.
Oh man, what's the deal, man? I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Watching you capture that title, I believe it was Ray Vargas is when we.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on one second. All right. Can you hear me? You can see me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was just hearing some feedback. All right. So, yeah, I was able to see your talents there. Capturing the WBC and watching your last performance with Abraham Nova. I mean, talk to me. What was your feelings upon your performance?
Um, I was a little frustrated with my performance at first until I got back to the house and I sat down and watched it. Even being injured through the fifth round, I didn't shy away from nothing. I went out there and I still kept throwing the shots, trying to get them out of there. So, you know, I felt good after going back and watching it and looking over it again.
Okay. Um, let's get into how you even got into the sport. That to like the viewers, let them get to know you a little bit before. So how'd you get into the sport? And I heard that you have an interesting story as well.
Um, yeah, I really came to boxing. Basically, I was like 8 years old, following the older guys around the city and everything, and one day they was going to the boxing gym, and I ended up following them up there. First couple times I went, I got kicked out, just being bad and everything, and then after going back consistently, they threw me in the ring to spar and everything, and I kind of beat on the older guys, so it was kind of eye opener for me.
So, you know, what's your pedigree as far as amateur is concerned?
I was an 8-time national champion as an amateur. I had 200 something fights. I don't know why. BoxRec. A lot of them. BoxRec got like 50 fights amateur on there. But a lot of them guys that's on that list, I fought 2 or 3 times. Like Montana Love, we fought like twice. Me and Kenny Sims fought twice. Like a lot of guys on that list, I fought. Several times. But yeah, I know I had 20 losses. I had 20 losses out of 200 something fights. I never kept up with the wins, just the losses.
Yeah, right, right, right.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned some of the notable names like Kenneth Sims. What other names that you've been able to share with other people upon that you got to get that work at a young age?
Um, Man, Kenny Sims, like I said, Montana Love. Um, I don't know if he known yet. Luis Feliciano, he's with Golden Boy.
I know who you're talking about.
A lot of guys. Yeah, Oscar Valdez. We fought in the amateurs. Man, it was a lot of people that I fought. To get out of the amateurs. It was fun though. Tremaine Williams, JoJo Diaz.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of guys.
So, you're from what is it, Orange in
Yeah,
Texas?
yeah, Orange, Texas.
Um, as far as coming in the amateurs through there, talk to us about that as far as the upbringing. A lot of people don't see the work that gets in these gyms, but some of the boxes can kind of tell you where that what your gym lies as far as when you travel, you could be respectable as far as where you're coming from. Is it respectable as far as the orange, as far as competition is concerned in boxing?
Oh yeah, for sure. We had a lot of talent that could have made it super far. But the city's small. It's a crab in the bucket mentality. Last time, I'm the first world champion to come out of the area period, and we've had a lot of like Ronnie Shields, all of them guys are from around the area, that I'm from. And so we've had talent. It's just when nobody was able to really just get over that hump, get over the edge. But training, going to them tournaments. Sorry about that. Coming up out of Orange and going to the big tournaments like Kansas and stuff like that, it was good for me because you know these guys coming from big cities, these guys come from big areas. They have the crowds, they have everything on their side, and they look at guy from Orange, Texas, like, who's these guys? So I used to see these guys in the hotel room, and they would go, they would be talking, and hey, tough, they'll be at your neck, and I always had to give my respect by getting in the ring and beating these guys, and after the fight, we would always get cool, like the guys from Headbangers over there and everything, like them was my guys, but I had to earn their respect at first.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I like your career because you suffered a loss in your earlier in your career, then another one, and now you're here at this moment in time. And a lot of people talk about protecting their but the guys that you lost to, not on your level. Can you speak a little bit upon what was going through your mind at that moment of time in your career? You know,
Yeah, for sure. The first loss, man, just not focused. I was training out of a gym that basically wasn't even a gym. We kind of like built like a wooden ring, like a wooden ring, and had like a punching bag around there. So I was training in there thinking that I was doing something right, just it wasn't nothing, man. So I went when I did actually go fight on TV and everything. I like froze. It was cold outside, and I froze in the ring. Like, so that was that. I threw like 200 punches. It wasn't a it was a boring fight. But my second loss, man, it was a lot deeper. I had problems going on with my promoter. My cousin had just got killed that week. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on that week, and
it affected your training.
it affected my training. It affected everything, like my mood, my just everything. Just wanting to fight. I didn't even want to be there. Like, I ain't even like care. Like, I really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? To be there. Like I said, I was into it with the promoter, so that wasn't even making it no better. So
Yeah,
yeah,
if a fighter and a promoter can't get it on, it's gonna be hard for the fighter to really wanna be happy
right,
in there.
right. Cause I remember like 30 minutes before the fight or something, he came up to me like, "Oh, you got a sponsor, woo de woo. I supposed to get a piece of that. I can take you off the car right now, woo de woo." I'm I get mad as shit. And I'm like, I'm mad, I'm shadowboxing for like 30 minutes straight, 20, 30 minutes straight. So by the
Heated.
time I even walk to the ring, I tell my coach, I'm like, man, I ain't got no legs. I ain't got no legs. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get through it, but I ain't got no legs, none of that. So yeah, we went in there and did it, but that was what all that was about.
Are you still with that coach?
No, no. He ended up passing a couple years ago. So yeah, rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, man.
Great dude, great dude.
So, what has it been like now? I know Regis is a good friend of yours. What is it like being part of the WBC team? Like, you having that title and stuff like that.
Man, it was great, man. I mean, it is great. I really didn't know how to think about it at first, but just being around everybody and getting the love that I'm getting is it, because like you said, where I come from and the road that it took, it's kind of unbelievable. So when I finally did win the tournament, it was like, not for real, like it wasn't real to me. You know, after this last fight with Nova, that's when it really like set in. Like, everybody look at me different, and it's cool.
I like that you said that, but a lot of people embrace it differently. Some people go with big groups in the locker room. I noticed you pulled up with your mom or your grandma or something in like a Bentley or something like that. Like this is not really surreal for you, or you just believe now 30 years old at the moment that you're at right now mentally, what you've gone through, this is your time. Like, because sometimes people don't know how to embrace it in their middle 20s, early 20s.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Mentally, physically, everything is right on time, and yeah, you said it right, man. I'm just focused right now. I'm 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 at my peak of my career, like so. I'm just pushing it, man, and everybody around me, I'm trying to take them with me. Show them something that they never that we ain't never seen coming from a small city like that.
So now, you know, now you're the champion. I remember your last fight you spoke upon. You know, 130 is kind of hard for you to make. You wanted to make 135. Is it a certain? Did you do something in this training camp that made you feel that way? That you didn't put enough into it? Why do you feel like you need to move to 135? Did I get the statement right? Or you can still make 130? Talk to me.
I can still make 130. I can see myself going to 35 around next year or something like that. But I can still make 30 for a couple more fights. Like the last fight with Nova, I take all the credit for that. I take all the credit for that. Being that the fights were so close together with me, Hernandez, and with Nova, I really wasn't paying attention to my weight like I was supposed to. So, that was my bad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as gearing up to your story, as I seen also, I don't know what network it was. You got locked up. Um, are you one of those guys that not shy to speak upon the things that you've done in your life, or is that something that you don't if you feel uncomfortable speaking upon?
Nah, that's cool, man. I talk on it. I ain't got no problem with it. I don't shy away from my past and that.
So, I mean, speak a little bit upon it. I mean, when did you get locked up, and what were you accused for? What was you accused of, and tell us what was it about?
I got locked up probably what, like 2017, like May or somewhere, like May,
In
somewhere
your
around there.
professional career, while you're going through your professional career.
Yeah, it was like one of them things. Like I was like, when I wasn't in the gym, I was in the streets. So after took that second loss with Orlando, I really didn't know what the future was. We had split with the promoter. It was a whole bunch of stuff, and I really didn't have no direction. So that's what I had. I always had either the boxing or the streets. So I went straight into the streets. But um, I ended up catching a case that it got to be the beginning of 2017. It was a attempted murder case, but they dropped it down to aggravated assault, and I ended up getting probation like 2018, and I actually just got out probation after I won the title, like April. Like they gave me the keys to the city while I was on probation. It was kind of cool. It was like to see the turnaround.
Right. You don't really hear that story like that.
Yeah.
That's very that's great, man. I mean, it looked like Angel was hearing your prayer. Now, is there like a certain type of like urgency to be like I gotta take it serious because of the thing that you just went through, and you can only live once. You only live once, right? And you got this opportunity here.
Yeah. Um, I took that as that when the last time I had got out for that. When I had got out for that, and I started staying in FEMA rooms in Houston,
Yeah.
and to get back in and was starting to get back in the gym. That's when I was like, we're gonna do it all the way. You know, we got one chance. This the last try. You know, we're gonna do it everything we can to make it successful.
And then you finally get the belt.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So, you said next year, 135 is on the table. This year, we got guys like Lamont Roach, very outspoken about your name. You guys are
Mhm.
going back and forth on Twitter. You're also going back and forth with on Twitter with Raymond Savage. He
Mhm.
wants to possibly move up, but I'm hearing talks that he might be staying at 26 to go to what was that?
Yeah.
He said
The five on
Saudi Arabia.
five. Yeah.
But then they also spoke upon you fighting him on the Shakur card, um, July 6th. Is there any truth to that?
Man, no, ain't no truth. The truth is, buddy, he gonna fight the 5 on 5, and he gonna fight Nick Ball, and I don't know where he get all this. Somebody must got a key in his back over there, cause I ain't never met dude in my life. I don't even know dude. Like he hit me up like a year ago, trying to get some sparring from me. But I don't even know. Like I'm guessing he had known me through Shakur. You know what I'm saying? To even ask me for the sparring. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all smoke and mirrors, man. He know. He with Matchroom. He with the Zone. They is not finna just let him come over to Top Rank and ESPN. If you know what I'm saying, for nothing. You know, literally for him to lose, basically. You know, they got too much money tied into him. He just won the title. I don't get it, man. These guys, and then he run around talking about I'm scared of him. I don't even know, bro. These
Mm.
guys get one knockout, they last fight, and then now, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody's scared, and they just the knockout artist of the century. I don't know, bro. Like him and Lamont in the same boat to me. Like, let's take for instance, right? All three of us fought for the title. Who had the easiest win? But I didn't come in after I beat Ray Vargas. I beat him easily. I didn't come in and be like, oh, all these other guys trash, going at these guys' neck, disrespecting the sport. These guys got a split decision, and the other dude got a heroic knockout in the 12th round, which I commend him. But why is you coming talking like you just that now? Like you ain't even defended your belt one time or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. These guys weird, but everybody know my body of work. You know what I'm saying? Look at our last five opponents and look at theirs. You know what I'm saying?
So, he spoke up. Now, do you feel like he was outspoken to about you because of did you mention that he was food?
Yeah.
Now, did you go at him first on Twitter or did he come at you on Twitter? Like, how did it start?
Now see, I don't be doing like a lot of like talking. Even when I see some shit, I don't say nothing. Like, and I've been seeing like when I was bro, last year before I fought Rocky and I was a free agent, I seen them kept checking for me. And I'm talking about Ray Ford. Oh, I hope he come over here to match on with the woo. I ain't never say nothing because I'm like, yo, I don't even know this dude. Why he checking for me like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's funny, right before he called me out on TV at this last fight, I was sitting with somebody and I'm like, yo, watch this. I'm like, cause he just was saying some crazy shit about me damn near a year ago. And soon enough he called me out right after the fight. And ain't nothing like I said in the background. Is him what he was checking for me and I came back. Look, I paid attention to it. You know.
That's what he said. Now, were you able to watch our interview? Matter of fact,
Yeah, I seen a little bit of it. I seen a little bit of it.
all right. Anything that you would disagree on?
What all was he saying? He been talking a lot, you know what I'm saying? He been saying a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think he mentioned that he didn't like that you called him that he's food. He did not like that, and that he wanted that yeah you don't want to fight him. Basically, he's saying that you
Yeah.
don't want that he doesn't that you don't want to fight him. I think that was all that he had to say about you per se. But I know that you guys went back and forth on Twitter, and you're basically saying that this fight is something that can't you don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening while he with Matchroom and DAZN. You know what I'm saying? And I with ESPN and Top Rank. It just don't make no sense. But dude is hella funny, man. I feel like he like the dollar store version of Shakur. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like like the knockout version. You feel me? Like the one you get at the market that ain't in the what I'm saying, the official
Oh,
stores. You know what I'm saying?
not the official one.
Not the official one. You know what I'm saying? He the man.
He's the
I'll
knockout.
see him. I'll see him when the time is right. I
You're
would love
saying
it,
he's the
man.
Fugazi version of Shakur Stevenson.
The knockout version, man.
Yeah. Wow. Um, I remember what he said now. Damn, he said that oh, nah, I forgot what he said. I had it, but then you made me laugh and then I forgot it. But it'll come back to me. It'll definitely come back to me. Let's get into the Roach situation, and I know that will come back to me. Oh, I got it now. Perfect. You keep gravitating to the bait that he puts up on Twitter, and he feels like why you gravitating to me, you don't gravitate to anybody else. Besides, I know that you gravitated to Lamont a little bit, but
Mhm.
yeah, he that's what he said. I don't know if you remember that. He said that he's taking the bait.
Uh, I mean, I don't take like I told him the other day, man. I don't really be doing all the back and forth. That's for y'all. But it's cool. Like I entertain it. You know what I'm saying? I say my piece, and then
He
I
want
let
to
them
shake
have
up
the
the
rest.
130 division. He's saying.
Huh?
He's saying he want to shake up the 130 division.
That's cool. We need somebody to come. Tell him to come shake it up. I already shook it up. You know what I'm saying? I already shook it up. So I need him. What I need though, what I want from them is it's cool. All right, let's hype it up. Woo de woo. But if it's real, why ain't your team reached out one time?
Mm,
Like that's what I'm saying. Matchroom, they ain't reached out. They ain't reached out to Top Rank. They ain't reached out to none of us. So why we doing that? You know what
okay.
I'm saying? Because all right, you can say this.
Well, you know why we're
Oh,
doing it because what he said on here.
right. No, I'm talking about him in general. Like, all right, if I if I say I want to fight a dude, right, I'm gonna actually try to get Top Rank to try to make it happen. Like I'm gonna ask them. I ain't gonna just put it on the internet and know Top Rank got something else planned for me.
Like
You know.
like what Lamont Roach is claiming
You
that he
see what I'm saying? Like he won a homecoming fight, and he said this publicly, and then he said the money wasn't good with Top Rank, but he also saying, "Oh, we fight me in the summer, woo de woo." Like, bro, which one is it? The money ain't good. You want to tune up? Like, which one is it, bro? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We gotta start holding these boys accountable though.
So now that you're here, let's clear that up because that's what I like to do on this show is keep put these fighters accountable and let the fans get their own judgment upon it. So
Right.
that being said, he did say that he reached out to Top Rank. You're saying that he did, but there's complaints upon the money, and I think he did say something about the business aspect of it, but he said it was on your end.
On my end, look, I man,
You seen that interview too?
I seen what he was. Yeah, I seen him saying all that, but it's like everything that he said, he contradicted himself back on Twitter by saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take this homecoming fight, wooty woo," and then he like, "Oh, I talked to Tyrant that paper a little like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't really. He know what he asked for. You know what I'm saying? He want to tune up. He want all this other shit before he get in the ring with me. It ain't. but he don't want to just go straight into the summer fight with me. Or it would be we would have been announced it, or we would have been in works for that shit right now. Cause he a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So we can bypass every mandatory that we got, both the mandatories that we got, and go straight into the fight. He don't want to do that.
Mm.
And he said it. That's why I need people to pay attention to what these guys are saying. He actually said it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, keeping count of what the fighters say on Twitter, and then what the reporters are saying, and then what y'all say live, like it's a lot. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
Because
Yeah.
all I'm doing is I'm conducting interviews. You guys are saying things. There be guys saying, "Yo, you starting problems." No, bro, you guys are saying this, and I'm putting it on the title. Like, don't be
Yeah.
mad at me.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
So someone in the comments said too. With the Ray Savage, I mean, he got that title going to Top Rank.
Yeah, but that was a purse bid. There wasn't no. He just didn't come over here and sign with Top Rank. We got to
He
know
took
the
a chance.
business. Just like I had to. I had to go through a purse bid, and that's why I ended up in Mexico. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't come over here willingly.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So now going back into the Lamont, so he also said that it's like, all right, this fight, it would have to be, Chuck was trying to say Ford is, oh, um, he was saying that the fight needs to be massaged, it needs to be marinated, it seems to me that it needs to be worked up. Is that what this case is with Lamont and you, as far as unifying?
It need to be worked up.
It needs to be built up a little bit, like, because that's kind of my conversation with him. That's where I was getting. It was that supposedly this is going to be a bigger fight. That's why it's not going to happen next.
I mean, I mean,
It's, y'all
if
on
you
the
look,
table. We just want to know.
I mean, I wasn't thinking of it like no build up. I wanted to fight for real next, like
Next.
next. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. I feel like him and Ray on the same thing, trying to build a fight with me and trying to make it bigger for the future, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, but I don't know. I just come from a different background. Like when they get to talking crazy like that, I really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I really want to look at that, but I mean, it's overstood. It's a business, you know. You got to build it, get the fans involved and everything. But if they ain't with that, they need to stop that for real.
Cause I'm looking at the division and I was like, Shock obviously wanted that Navarrete fight, and now he's moving up. Am I right? Like, is
Yeah,
that the fight that you really wanted, the number one fight?
yeah, for sure, for
Right.
sure.
How do you feel that he's moving up to 35 for a title?
Um, man, I can't. You know, it's his career. You know, whatever. You know, salute to him. I know they got Wilson and Valdez fighting for the interim title.
Tonight?
So
What's your thoughts on that?
I'm out here right now. I'm out here in Arizona right now. Um, we're gonna go. We're gonna see how it turn out, man. I really don't know. It's a 50-50 fight to me. So
You think the
uh,
winner goes to you?
yeah, for sure. I feel like me and the winner will probably be some see each other in the end of the year or something.
Who do you see? No, not next.
Maybe not because I'm trying to fight in the summertime again.
Okay,
You
so
know.
you're trying to get a little stay busy fight
Uh, I mean, if they would have been ready for that, you know, the summertime, it would have been cool. But I know I want to get 3 this year, you know, so summertime and then the end of the year.
Who wins tonight's fight? Wilson or Valdez?
Man, who I would rather win was Valdez, but I don't know, man. I
But
honestly, styles make fights, and Wilson do got a style that'll give Valdez problems. So, um, like I said, it's a 50-50 fight to me. I'm just being a fan tonight. So, you know, I just wanted to win her.
so you
Yeah.
think it's a real 50-50 fight?
Yeah, that's how I see it. I don't give because they both went with Navarrete. Even though Oscar went to full 12, um, Buddy did hurt Navarrete, and it was a war until it ended. But yeah, I see it as a good. It's gonna be a great fight. Should be.
Yeah, and like you said with the Liam Wilson, some people said that that count for Navarrete was a little longer than what it should have been, and it could have went his way for that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I mean, you got Cordina obviously in the division as well. I mean, where do you rank him as far as him as a fighter? And talk to me about Oshaquie's hit list. Coming in for this year.
If I would have had it my way, my hit list would have been Lamont, Summertime,
Mm.
and Navarrete or Cardina at the end of the year. But after that, it would be I would throw Ray in there. Um, all these guys, I would love to get them back to back. They talking. I don't care for tune-ups. I feel like I can adjust to any fighter when I get in there. Um, we ain't scared of nothing. We ain't looking at these guys like they superheroes. You know what I'm saying? They human just like me. So, man, I line all these guys up. I can't wait, man. I really can't.
Leaving yourself out of it. I mean, you know, who has the best skill set in your behalf? Like you'd be like, I think he probably the best one out of these three. You know,
Out of the guys I just named,
yeah, the champions.
um,
Navarrete is ranked number one because he has the WBO
I
lineage.
would give Navarrete over them three. Over
Navarrete.
all the people I named, I feel like Navarrete is the more accomplished. He's the more like he done showed he who he is as a fighter. You got to respect it. So I would have to give it to Navarrete.
Some people don't respect it, Shock. Some people look at his skill set and they don't respect it, even though that, the way, his performances look, they're done the right way. He does look
Yeah,
awkward when he does it. Um,
yeah.
you tell me you think that you respect that skill set. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, yeah, I tell people all the time, awkwardness is good. You can't prepare for awkwardness. You can't, what I'm saying? Some stuff you can't look to prepare for. And you can go find a million sparring partners. You're going to have to just hope and find that somebody leaping up and down, throwing long uppercuts, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that that's unorthodox. So to an average like boxing fan, it might look horrible. But it's the reason why he getting past all these guys. They can't figure that style out. So I respect it for sure.
Now, going back into the Ray Savage topic, because I remember going back to what you were saying, he's like the knockoff Shakur Stevenson, but they're like friends, right? Now,
Yeah,
you've gotten some work with Shakur as far as sparring in the past.
yeah.
Do you feel like, for any reason, Shakur and him having conversations of wanting to fight you? Like, yeah, Ray, I think you could beat Foster. Do you feel like that is something going on over there in that camp?
Um,
Truthfully,
I feel like um, cause me and what's name ain't got a messed up relationship. Shakur, we
right.
still straight, but I feel like somebody over there. I don't know if it's him just looking at. Maybe he looking at because you got guys that might say, all right. These guys respect him a little too much. Let me go at him. He ain't like that. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Shakur and Keyshawn them giving me a little bit more respect, and he don't like that. Or maybe it's somebody over there putting a key in his back. I don't really. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a key in his back coming from somewhere though. I don't know, dude. I never met this dude in my life. Like he never even came across my table as an opponent for him to just come out the blue talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? God, I don't know. So, but
That now, people in the comments saying that Cordina's fighting on the Fury versus Usyk undercard. Ask Shock if he would fight Cordina in Saudi Arabia? I can answer that one for him. Hell yeah.
What? What? Oh
Sign me
yeah,
up.
man, easy. Let me. Hey, shit. I had to go to Mexico. I'm going to Saudi for sure.
Complete opposite. I went to Mexico.
Nah, for real.
um, you know, as far as the division is concerned, talk to me. I mean, how do you see it unfolding? Obviously you feel like you the top guy, but what makes you different as far as out of all the other champions, all the other guys that are contenders at the 130 division? And yeah, speak upon that before you leave, because you leaving next year. You saying you out of here, so
I would say what make me different is we a lot of us got a skill set. We all got different talents that we can build off of and that we got that the other person don't. But I feel like what separates me is my mentality, what I've been through, the two losses, certain things that, I had to climb to this position. I had to real live, like run through walls and all kind of stuff to get to this position. So I feel like that's the difference. That these guys done had to hand it to them or whatever. And even if they say, okay, I earned the title, which they did, that they get in there, they fight, they want to earn the title, but deep down, like I know they ain't go through what I went through. They ain't seen or done, what I've done. And it's like I take that with me. I don't just see it as no. That's why I tell them it's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like they be talking about it being scary and all this. I know actual boxers and I know people that box and that's been, through it all. And when they look at a fight, it's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Um, I don't have nothing to lose when I go in there, I done seen it. I done seen it all. I done seen the loss. I done seen the untrained shock, the unfocused shock, all that. And I know when I'm 112% focused and on what I'm on, can't be stopped.
mm.
Oh man.
That being said, next year you say you want to go up to 35. Who would you like to see?
Uh, if I if my plan go if the plan go right how I want it in my head,
Talk to me. What's
I
the plan?
I go
You gonna let us
I
know?
go if me and Liam Wilson and Valdez unify at the end of this year, I take the WBO and then I evoke my WBO stat. So Navarrete gonna have to see me regardless. You see what I'm saying? We can make it happen regardless, but I gotta make it happen. I gotta get past these little obstacles, and hopefully it play out like that.
Why not go straight for Shakur?
That too. I mean, either one, whichever one is the
What would be more lucrative?
lucrative. I honestly don't know who's the bigger draw to them two.
I would have to say that's a tough one. I mean, I would have to say Shakur.
Yeah,
I would probably have to say Shakur. I think the bag is where Shakur is.
yeah. Okay. I mean, of course, like name wise, we know Shakur is more known than it. Around what we know, but Navarrete, he got the Mexicans and everything, Mexico and everything. So that's why I asked if who's actually because
And he's accomplished too.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
respect that. The Mexican fan base respect that. That's why it was hard for me to answer that too. But if I had to
yeah.
look at numbers and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know yeah. But like so you got signed to Top Rank. I mean, obviously, was there any guarantees that they were giving you as far as when signing to Top Rank, like giving you assured names that you were gonna make the bag with?
Um, I would say this: names have to be the, the promoters can't just throw out names. The names have to be willing too. See what I'm saying? Because they can easily be like, oh well, we got this, like unrealistic expectations for me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we can have this kind of fight for you, and then when it comes to it, that guy don't even want to fight. So that's what I like about Top Rank. They didn't throw me no um
Guarantees.
not the guarantees, no, the guarantees that I'll fight, but I'm saying like certain
They
names and
guarantee you
stuff.
three fights a year. Like they're gonna guarantee that.
Right, but certain names and stuff. That's why I respect. Like they didn't like jump off and be like, "Oh yeah, we can get you him." We'll do like, you know what I'm saying? Because
They
them
wasn't
guys,
selling no wolf tickets.
right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I respect about them the most. So yeah.
So I mean, all said and done, what would you like Top Rank to bring to your career? I mean, how many networks have you been with so far?
Uh,
You got the belt with Showtime,
yeah, that was a one. That was a one
a one
off. I was
off.
never I was never signed to Showtime or PBC. Um, Same thing with the Zone. I wasn't ever signed with them either.
Another
Uh,
one off.
yeah.
Those are the hard fights.
Right. On me, because you gotta be sharp. But this really like the biggest, networks. This the most I've consistently fought on networks. That's why it's important for me to be in the public eye, be in the fans' eye, fight as much as I can to try to make up for the lost time.
Because financial advisors will go at you at a 30-year-old guy saying, listen, what do you want in the next couple of years? Obviously, we know that Top Rank is great on building fighters, right? But in your situation, you signed liking all the things that were, brought to you in the table. But do you feel like, how long is this contract anyway?
Man, it's a couple years. Couple
Couple years?
years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And as far as the moment of being signed to Top Rank, how did that go about? And talk about the feeling. I don't think I heard you talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. I would say it was life changing for me as far as, like I said, not having ever having a big engine behind you, and you know, man, it's just different, bro. Being able to fight on ESPN and stuff like that. My first, the whole first part of my career, I wasn't really, I didn't have no big people behind me or nothing. So it's cool. We get the information early. They call us. They tell us stuff about, all kind of stuff. Stuff that we was never, a part of. So man, I'm happy to be with Top Rank. They honest. They straightforward. It's going great right now.
So, like you said, next year 135 is where you're gonna be at. Did you mention the names that you want at 35?
Um,
I mean, you got the Keyshawn Davis is there at Top Rank. Who else you got there? You got the Raymond Monetize that's fighting tonight as well.
yeah, I don't know too much about him. I'm gonna see him later when he fight. I really don't know too much about him.
The
Um,
Abdullah Masons. I mean, he's kind of young, but
yeah.
he young, yeah. So yeah, those are the names that were at 35 over there.
Yeah, man. We just gonna have to see. Like guys like Keyshawn, that's like, that's little bro and shit. Um,
That's little bro. Oh, so you believe in friends in boxing?
I mean, I don't know about the friends. Me and Keyshawn, I've been knowing Keyshawn since he was like 15, 16 type. Before he even turned pro, he was with us. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. It's really no friends in boxing. And like I said, it's just a fight. So you can put that aside. You know what I'm saying, and then get it in, and then be cool after. It's no friends in boxing for real, especially when you're around the same weight class. But
You can make a bag with them.
I can see. Yeah, I mean, you can make a bag with him, but it's also no. It's also respect because, like I said, LeBron came up. He came up, but like I said before, he was even in the pros. I was.
So
He
you
was.
see yourself fighting Shakur before him?
If it came down to it, probably. But it's kind of weird, bro. It's kind of weird because all of us lived in the house together. It's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? It's really weird. That's why them two so close like that. I just moved back, you know what I'm saying? I just moved back to my city and everything. So it's kind of weird how that shit, how it worked, but you know,
Y'all,
that's the breakdown of that.
y'all
You know what I'm
cool.
saying?
Y'all real cool is what you really saying.
We
Y'all real.
was real cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a loyalty type guy. I'm a guy that don't forget nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't what it is, they'll let me know. But as for what I know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's straight. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. Um, you know, I'm pretty sure you're a fan of boxing. You probably watch a couple other, weight classes. But you know, this weekend we got Fundora and Tim Zoo. Who you like in the fight?
I think Tim Zoo. I think I ain't gonna lie. I was wanting to see Keith Thurman and
Me too.
and Zoo, but Fundora, we got to see if he the same man. Coming off his last fight was Brian, right?
Yep.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming off of that, we got to see where he still stand. But if I'm gonna give a pick, I gotta give it to Zoo because he throws some of the same shots and he a little bit sharper than Brian.
Mm.
Yeah.
How about that co-main event with Rolly and Pitbull Cruz?
I don't really know who gonna win that fight, bro. I think that's gonna be a war. Like it's gonna be one of them fights where, cause I said that I ain't gonna lie. I said that about I said that about Terrence Crawford and Earl, and then that ended up being one sided. I also said that about Shakur and one De Los Santos. I thought it was gonna be a lot more close to a war, but I feel like this one, it's nowhere around it. Like you got Pitbull, and I feel like Rolly gonna try to move around at first, but once he get cracked, that's gonna go out the window. So, man, I think that's gonna be the best fight. I think they're gonna steal the main event, like
Oh
for
God.
sure.
Yeah, gonna be action packed for sure. Um,
Yeah.
that division is smacking that 140 division. I mean, and talk to me. I mean, who's your dog at 140, man? Who do you think's the top dog at 140?
Um. Right now, you gotta give it to To. You got to give him to as the top dog just because the accomplishments, who he
The
beat to
lineal
become
champion.
the champion. I know his last performance was super dry, but you got to give it to him. The accomplishments and everything. Um, Haney, right there. He ain't too far behind. But if it was me, my pick, I would have to go with what's his name, To.
Now, as far as like, the top dog when it comes down to like financials, like, right, it is Gervonta Tank Davis at 135 pounds. I mean, you entering the division next year. I mean, talk about that. I mean, have you ever thought about a fight with you and Tank?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had mentioned him back in like 2018 or something when Charlemagne of the Breakfast Club had asked him on the Breakfast Club, like, Oshaquie Foster calling you out, would you fight him? So I've been at through his name in there, but shit, if it happened, bro, I would, man, see me jumping up and down in this room, man. Like, see, that's the kind of fights that'll get me up, make me happy. He one of the top guys. He pretty much almost the face of boxing, really. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it'll be shit. I love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a fight I would definitely love. Like they ain't even got to ask me twice, for real.
Um, as far as like that being said, like, do you feel like you'll be able to like, how would you beat Tank? Like, how would Oshaquie Foster beat Tank Davis?
um, See, I can't give you what I see like directly on and what I'll be able to take advantage of. But it's certain things. It's just all about being smart, man. Being calculated. I See the fight might happen in the future, so I can't be just going out saying, what I see and what I can take advantage of. But it's definitely a few things, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely a few things.
Does that fight go the distance?
Depends. It 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 can, yeah, it can. But if either one of us get greedy, we can catch each other. He could catch me, I could catch him. You know what I'm saying? Uh Either one, you know what I'm saying? I ain't it can go it could but if I needed to and if I really just set my mind to it, it can go the distance. It can be 12. You know what I'm saying?
You think you have the power to be able to stop Tank? Because you were saying, like, it could go either way type deal.
Right. I mean, when I say this, they gon' look at it how they look at it. But if you look at all my opponents and my knockout certain things, I can hurt you too from 1 to 12. So um that's what I'm saying. I can hurt any man. You know what I'm saying? Just like they can. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like I can hurt him. So
Now, people have really spoken upon, Tank and Shakur, really like, that fight for a while now.
yeah.
Talk to me. You've been in the ring with Shakur, looking at, Tank's skill set. Who would you favor in that fight?
Um you would have to see that's a live fight too. That's a live fight too, because you got a pure boxer that like to use his range, and then you got somebody that's shorter and explode into you. So man, if I'm gonna give it a slight edge, I'm gonna have to give a slight edge to a Gavante because just certain things, the power, certain things, but I think that's really a great fight. You really don't. Sh- Shakur just would have to take more chances than he would want to. I feel like. Uh,
Facts. Now, April 20th, we have Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. How do you see that fight playing out?
I can see Haney winning uh, decision, but I also think a lot of people, because styles make fights, and I think a lot of people is overlooking what Ryan can do. Devin Haney is not going to be the bigger guy in this fight. They both, I think Ryan might be a little taller, or they might be the same size. But we talking about speed, we talking about power. Haney got the edge on ring generalship. I feel like on the timing, off the jab, certain things. But when it comes to raw speed, raw power, Ryan got that. You know what I'm saying? He got that edge. So it's really gonna depend. I think it's a great fight. I definitely think it's a fight people sleeping on.
So you look at it as in more of a 50-50 fight?
I think it's closer to 50 than people think.
Mm.
Uh, they looking at the Ryan the Gavante fight with Ryan. before he got stopped, he actually was doing good.
Yeah,
Um, he actually was doing good. I don't know if he had hurt Tank in the second round or whatever, but um, it was kind of wild, you know. But I think it's gonna be more of a 50-50 fight than people think. I would favor Devin though, for sure.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
in boxing today, like 2024, like what fight are you looking forward to the most? You know, there's so many different fights coming up. Also, we got Javante Tank Davis and Frank Martin. How do you see
Yeah.
that fight? I mean, obviously you up in Houston, and what he's around that area or was around that area.
Yeah. Um, them actually the two fights I'm looking forward to. Um, Ryan and Devin, I want to see how that turn out, and Martin and Tank. I didn't know if that was official, but I was seeing that both of them was posting about it, so I knew it. I said, it had to be some truth to it. I think that's a interesting fight. I don't know, man. Frank Martin, man. They said they sparred or something before, and it went wild.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If I'm a favorite somebody, I gotta favor Gavante because Frank ain't really just got the catalog as far as opponents and stuff. But that's one of the best fights I'm looking forward to. Sure.
Do you feel like people are sleeping on that fight? Like, do you feel like people are sleeping on Frank Martin on this fight?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But I also think a lot of people know that this probably would be one of Tank's toughest fights. When we talk about just all around skill, right? I don't take nothing away from Pedraza. See, a lot of people do. Pedraza was that guy when Gavante fought him. You know what I'm saying? And people don't respect that. He was
Mhm.
actually the champion and hadn't lost or nothing. So
Exactly.
um, I think outside of him, Frank is the most talented fighter that he's probably gonna beat and face up to date. When we talk about skill, speed, power, range, generalship, having being able to think and adjust to fights. I think Frank is the guy. So it's gonna be interesting. It definitely ain't gonna be no one sided like people think. I feel like.
Right, right, right. Now, some of the bigger guys, pause, but like the light heavyweight guys, the better Beef and Bivo. Is that like a fight you are interested, knowing that it's in fruition and it's happening?
Oh yeah, B-Ball and yeah, that's an interesting fight, man. That's an interesting fight because I thought B-Ball was I thought Bivol was gonna be like make easy work of him, but I thought like watching his last couple fights, like dude, a real dog. Like dude ran like 5 miles before his last fight. Like he's like he on the treadmill for like an hour, then hop in the ring and so he a machine. That's that's gonna be an interesting fight. I gotta favor Bivol though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta favor the boxer, the mover.
Mm, I like it. I like it. And then for my last one, man, well, two things. I obviously want to know how you feel about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Just because, like, you're 30 years old, you've watched Mike, you've been around. How do you feel that this fight's even happening?
I mean, I seen the rules today, so I can see why. It says like 2 minute rounds and 16-ounce gloves and no judging unless somebody get knocked out. I don't know, bro. I think it's a. I see a lot of people say it was like bad for the sport, but I don't think. I always try to see the positive and stuff like that. It's gonna bring different eyes, different eyes to the sport. That certain person that ever never was probably interested in boxing, like, oh, let me go try this, certain stuff like that. So I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I just hope Big Mike don't. I expect him to do the hurting. I don't want to see him get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
Big
yeah,
fact. Big facts. The heavyweight undisputed is his biggest, one of the biggest since what 20 years. Usyk versus Fury. Who you got?
Man, it's 50-50 to me now. I had Fury. I had Fury before the Ogano fight. Cause I didn't think Usyk liked body shots for real and certain things, but no, I don't know. Now I don't know. The performance with Ngannou was kind of, flat, even though he probably wasn't even up for him. We had to see. I think that's a 50-50 fight, though.
Phone lines are now open. Phone lines are now open. We got here Oshaquie Foster, the WBC champion. That voice sound real familiar. Salute, champ. Shaq, we got some phone lines, some callers coming in. We got the first one, Dream. Any questions for Oshaquie Foster?
Man, I guess my first question would be, how did you feel? What was your emotions after your fight in Mexico with Hernandez?
Man, it was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was like some amazing, like, I don't know, bro, like I felt like I was on top of the world, like I had just conquered, like I don't know, man. I was just laying in the locker room, like, and we did it. I actually felt like I won the title, basically. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the first time I fought for the title, it was cool, but after I won against Rocky, I actually felt it. And it want to bring out tears.
New caller coming in. Pete, what's going on? We're here with the WBC champion, Oshaquie Foster. What's on your mind?
Hey, Shock, man. How you doing, champ?
Hey, doing good, brother.
Yeah, man. My question to you is, man, what do you got next going on for you for 2024, man? What you see in the future?
Man, most likely we're gonna be going in the summertime, around July. We gonna have an update on the opponent in the next few weeks, but it might be my mandatory. We not sure yet. I'll let you. We not sure for real. For real. I'm in Arizona right now, scoping out the Valdez and Wilson, so we'll know soon.
Already.
Yeah, he's scoping out that fight for this weekend, tonight actually, because
I got a question for you on that too.
Go right ahead while he's on.
So how you feel about, I guess, Valdez and Wilson? They both coming off L's, and they both getting a title opportunity. How you feel about that?
Yeah, man. Shit. That's a hard one, man, because you don't usually see that in boxing. We seeing it out of Fundora and somebody else, right? But it's something we really don't see in boxing. But both of them guys, only way I can think of it is both of them guys have fought a lot of real guys, and that belt needed to go somewhere, I guess, and that was the smartest way for it, the best way for it to go.
Pete, any other more questions?
All right. Do you see yourself in the future trying to become the undisputed, unifying all the belts in your weight division?
I would love to, but me knowing the politics of boxing and certain things, it would definitely be hard because the belts are so spread it out. It'd be easy for me to unify, but hard to become undisputed.
Dream.
So looking at the scope of 130, we got you, the WBC champ, obviously on top, right? We got Lamont Roach. Roach is still a free agent, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got Valdez on top, right? And then who got the IBF at 130?
Cordina.
Cardina.
Okay, so a matchroom fighter. So it's looking, the odds are kind of in your favor for real. A lot of the belts is on top rank. So if, I feel like or not a lot of the belts. It's 50-50. 50-50. Only one belt is like out there for grabs. That's Roach's belt. He's a free agent. Yep. That so it makes sense why you scoping the scene out at that fight. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
We got here a super chat here. Jeffrey T, thank you for the $5. Ask Shock if he's gonna bring a fight to Ford Park area. Alan J. Jaco can make that happen. Type in this from Beaumont, Texas, by the way.
Hey, Shock, so I guess
let him answer that question real quick though, because that's a super chat here. So basically, the question is, ask Shock if he's gonna bring a fight to Ford Park area.
Oh, to Ford Park. Hey, that's one of my dreams, bro. So I'm looking forward to it in the future. It's gonna happen.
Word dream.
So I guess back to my first question. So I know obviously you feel like you was on top of the world and everything after fighting Eduardo Hernandez or whatever bro name was. But I guess how'd you feel when you went back in the locker room and then like when you found out the scorecard, knowing you had to do what you did, and then on top of the fact, like realistically, bro, you could have got a 10-7 round and still lost the fight, bro. That shit is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that in the sport of boxing. Period. Like
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't even have to get back to the what's the name to know that the scorecards was upside down. They had told us after the 4th and the 8th. So by the time the 10th and the 11th round come, we like, bro, look, if you don't get him out of here before this bell ring, you ain't leaving with that bell game. Like,
Right.
so we already had knew it. Like, so that's what made the win so clutch. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Dame time out there because like I had to get it done. It was, I wouldn't be even up here. You know what I'm saying? I'd be at home somewhere sad.
And another thing I noticed, bro, when they introduced you, they didn't even introduce you as the champ.
Oh nah, hey, they was playing all kind of games out there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I peeped that too. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, they were trying to do him in.
Yeah, at the press conference they had two promoters. Eddie wasn't the only one. They had that Peppo guy. I think it was something like that, Gomez or something. He said at the press conference who he was rocking with. Like he said, Rocky is like Eddie had to tell him like, well, way to keep it, keep it professional or some shit like that.
Any more questions, fellas?
Not really. I just want to say I support. I'm a fan of yours, man. Keep putting on, champ. Let's go get these straps. Get everybody about that division.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
I'm gonna tell him this same way I told Elijah this because I kind of look at y'all as similar boxers. Y'all had L's that wasn't really L's.
Oh, Elisha Pierce.
Yeah, that's what you gotta be talking about.
Yeah, they kind of in the same niche for real because you feel me? They had L's earlier in their career.
Yep.
So then they took that and went with that and ain't let shit stop them.
Yeah, exactly. Shit,
Shout out to Pierce, man. Shout out to Elijah, man. He fight tonight, man.
he fights tonight. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the show a couple days ago.
Yeah, he a
Great.
cool dude, man. I never met him in person, but every time he done reached out and everything, it's all been love. So, man, good luck to homie tonight.
Absolutely. Now, Shock, any closing arguments, anything that we wasn't able to tackle in this interview that you want to share with the people?
Nah, man, we all good. We didn't win over everything that I felt like that we needed to.
Yeah, I think so too, man. It was a great interview, a solid one. I would have to believe it. Can't wait for the next one. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding, and we'll be right here covering it all.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out your social medias. Where can people find you?
You can find me on IG at Shock Foster, just SHOCK Foster. On Twitter at Oshaquie Foster, and on Facebook Oshaquie Foster.
Man,
Come check your
appreciate your
boy
time.
out, man. We gonna be back in action soon. Cause
Absolutely, man. The heat is really like coming on right now. So I can I
yeah,
can tell I can tell that right now this is your moment, and I can see like big fights on the way. So I'm glad I was
yeah,
able to chop it up with you now while we had that time. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you, bro. Later.
Salute, salute. You know how to get off of this? Yeah, he knows how to get off. All right. So
just tapped in. Did you ask him about Raymond Ford?
come on.
We know that. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see what he was gonna say. I didn't get a chance to listen when he see what he would say.
Nah, he's a good dude. I believe the Raymond Ford interview was the reason why we got this interview today.
For real.
And he cleared up a lot of different things.
Because Mills, you was talking in that Raymond interview.
Huh?
You had some really intriguing questions in that interview. That's why, you feel me?
Cool.
With you. And you interview Raymond. You asked some very intriguing questions that caught his eye too.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, exactly. And he kind of cleared some things up. So now everybody could get their own opinion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, actually, it all started with Lamont Roach's interview. Actually, yeah. Actually, it was Lamont.
That's where it stemmed from.
My bad. It was Lamont. It was Lamont interview. Yeah, a little bit of both.
Going crazy though.
Lamont.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this boxing world, man, it gets crazy, right?
Hell yeah.
It gets crazy. Let me hit up Kyron Davis to tap in with us because Elijah Garcia pulled out, and he gave me the he hit me up on our live. You know the live we were doing. He's like, Mills. Remember when someone I told you someone called me and my screen went blank? It was because he was trying to let me know first. So Mills City would have had the exclusive to tell people before anybody would have knew, but I was too busy on live.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, he pulled out.
Injured or something?
Nah, he's sick or something like that. But we'll let Kyron Davis go out and talk about. I know he was out eating, so let me just text him, let him know that we available. Smash the like. Is Artem the one? Is Artem the guy?
That's they say they finalizing the deal. It makes sense when I think about it for real. Because why would Top Rank give more tire? Why would they give up more tire and they don't even know if he coming back to Top Rank? That don't make sense. That's bad business by them.
I mean, that's bad business for Shakur.
That's bad business for Top Rank. Why would I give you an undefeated fighter and then you knock them off our undefeated prospect and we don't even know if you coming back to Top Rank? That would be a terrible business decision by Top Rank. That shit would not make no sense.
Well, if they're not liking the Shakur business, if they see that Shakur is, talking to Mayweather and, possibly going on interviews saying that, his options are open. I mean, why wouldn't they want to stick in there with a dog? But then again, why would Jay Prince and everybody else allow it?
Right, that too. That's the main thing. And like Artem, I guess when you look at their resumes, it's a decent fight. It's a better fight than Tito opponent for sure. I don't know what he was doing with that one. He pulled that one out the woodworks.
Ooh. That one was different. It is what it is.
He got 7 L's.
Talk about that. That fight got to be a let's get my mental right. Let's get a comfort fight.
For real.
Let's stabilize my mind right. Let's let the people know that I'm still him. and there will be people believing it. You know what? Salute to Teofimo Lopez, though. We've been going hard on him. At the end of the day, he's still a great fighter. Still a great fighter. He still has the opportunity to beat a lot of these top guys.
As long as you stay active, that's all I really care about, bro. I'm gonna talk shit about your opponent, but as long as you get in the ring and stay active, I can't be mad about that. It's better than not being in the ring and not doing shit and then trying to fight a nigga who's been in the ring doing shit thinking you're gonna win. Inactivity is not the answer. So
facts. But nevertheless, were you able to tap in on the interview on YouTube, or you just tapped in on IG?
I just tapped in on IG. I'm about to tap into it on YouTube. I just got off work.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at it.
Word. Now, appreciate you for tapping in, though. Always asking some good questions. That's why I do tap you in. You know what I mean?
Man, I didn't even know it was Oshaquie at first until I heard the voice. I'm like, this sounds like Oshaquie. I'm like, damn.
The shock. Salute to Oshaquie for tapping in.
This boxing tonight for sure.
Salute to all the boxers that tap in. Oh, and also salute to Floyd Schofield. I seen that he was watching the YouTube and videotaped a piece of what Bill Haney said about him, and salute to the Schofield family, for tapping in on Mill City Boxing as well.
Big facts. Big platform, man. All the boxers come to Mills.
Man, salute to the 200 people on the YouTube. Make sure you guys go out your way. Smash the like button to improve the visibility of the show. That way more and more people come on, support, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. And if you have subscribed, we appreciate you for supporting the channel. Also, become a member of Mill City Boxing. Gives you more opportunity to talk on the panel. Gives you longer time to talk on the panel. And like I said, we're gonna be doing. I get a lot of exclusive content that I just let the members only tap in.
Did you see how tall Fedora was over Tim Zuko?
Yeah, he taller than everybody like that.
That shit with the face off looks so awkward.
It's crazy, right? Swinging at somebody that tall. You know what's crazy though? I was listening to an interview with Michael Fox. Michael Fox is 6'4", around the same size as Fondora, right? Tank sparred him, and he said that Tank almost put his lights out. Yo, for small ass Tank to be hitting somebody 6'4",
no, that's wild.
That shit crazy. That's all I was going through my head. I was like, how the hell did he reach him?
Yeah. He had to think he was a little nigga and just got touched.
Right.
6'4" to 5'5". That's a whole fight almost.
And then in the interview, he said he almost put my lights out. I'm like, Yalla, how'd he touch you? Like, like how the hell did he touch you in the head?
Right, he said put my lights out. Like he ain't say no body shot or that. He said a face shot.
Subscribe to the channel.
He explosive, but damn, he got hops too.
Right. Exactly. Hopefully we get my man Chiron. Hurry up, man. I don't want to rush his food. He's eating and stuff like that. But yeah, we have the weigh-ins. Did they start yet?
Talking about the Top Rank event?
No. For tomorrow's event.
You know Oscar Valdez in them fight. It's a card.
Oh, tonight, Papa. I'm watching that fight tonight, man.
Be a fight for undisputed. Daddy.
Yo, Claremore Rain in the building. Claremore Rain in the building. Salute to Claremore Rain. The phone lines are open. Claremore Rain, haven't chopped it up with you in 24 hours. Nah, he was on yesterday. But we were just on with Oshaquie Foster. Y'all missed that interview if y'all didn't. Hamza is on the live. What's going on, Hamza?
Hey, Mello, what up, baby boy? What's cracking?
Nothing, just a solid interview with Oshaquie Foster, the WBC champion at 130 pounds.
That's what's up, man.
Solid interview, man. Solid interview. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Man.
So, were you able to tap in on that interview, or you just coming in right now?
Yeah, I was running around doing a couple things, man.
Mira, tonight's card, Oscar Valdez or Liam Wilson. Who y'all got?
I got the other guy, bro. The guy who gave Navarrete one hell of a fight.
Liam Wilson.
Liam Wilson. I got the Liam Wilson boy. Boy's a problem, dude. Is a problem, man. They better watch out. If he crack Valdez, dog, it might be it for the ball. Look out for the timing, nigga.
What you think, Dream?
You understand me? That kid is coming, man. I think he can crack. You telling me what I really think? I think Albert Bell should be fighting on the winner, but you know how that goes. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like both of these dudes been better than their last two performances, so I feel like it's gonna be a slugfest type of fight. But if I would have to probably pick Valdez because he's more.
This will be it for Valdez if he loses.
Yeah, he done after this for sure.
He's the gatekeeper at 130. You think he could be the gatekeeper at 130?
I think if he loses, for sure.
He's just one of those gatekeepers that you can make a lot of money with.
Yeah, Valdez is a gatekeeper, dog.
If he loses tonight, he might be.
No, I'm saying it's the gatekeeper now.
Oh, is he a gatekeeper now?
Is he really a gatekeeper?
Man, they got Liam Wilson up in here.
I wouldn't say he's a gatekeeper right now. Wow.
Yeah, he still got chances, even though he keep getting fucking chances. But hey,
he's a gatekeeper to Bivo, right?
He's a gatekeeper to who?
To be.
Damn, now that Dream, you got me all messed up. Now I was supposed to promote Albert Bell. I didn't. Fuck it. For the next one.
They did, man. He the man though, and they just throwing that nigga to the roof.
You know what it is that even if I did make it a thing, it won't be a thing. Because people don't know Albert Bell yet. But we'll keep on promoting him.
You still can rap about the brother, bro?
My thing is Albert Bell got the potential to be the best 130 pounder there is. The thing about it is that they aged him. So by the time he does get the belt, and how active is he really gonna be, and how many title offenses is he really gonna have, and are they gonna and who's gonna want to build a guy that's 30 years old? You know what I mean? I mean, some people are willing to do it for a couple fights just so they could build somebody else. That's why it's the tricky thing with Subriel is that he's around the same age. You know what I mean? So, but he got different circumstances. He got like a Puerto Rican, country, island. We everywhere. Let's be real, and he can get a big fan base off of that.
Killed a man with his bare hands.
And yeah, some people find a way to be a fan their own type of way, but yeah.
That just stick with you. Him and Charles Conwell, they both got bodies. Like real bodies. That's just crazy, man. Boxing is a real sport. That's why you can't sit there and baby this shit. All these niggas be coming 11-month layoff, 12-month layoffs, y'all gonna get y'all ass whooped every time. Especially you fighting a motherfucker that fought 3 times a year. He fought 3 times that year. You think you just about to go in there and bully him, huh?
Yo, it's funny. Everybody's going in on my video today. You heard? You heard, Hamza? Hamza, you there?
You hear me, brother?
I said everyone going in on my video I made this morning.
Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it?
Everyone's like, a whole bunch of people hating on Haney. Grown-ass man. Shut up. Who are you babysitting?
Everybody hating on everybody on that joint, dog. Not just Haney. They hating on the killer.
Everyone hating on everybody, man. You want to jump on live, man? We have one more spot available. You want to call in? You call in on Mill City Boxing live on Instagram, okay? Anybody on YouTube that wants to chop it up, live on Instagram, all right, Jeffrey T? That's how you call in.
No hold barred. Popeye was like, bring it, be ready. Your emotional mind gets thrown out of loop, you know? Yeah. It be, people get cut off because they going bananas on the joint.
Yeah. People be going.
It was funny, dog. It was a funny thing.
Segment today. Still waiting on Freak.
That about these, you really got to watch out for that Valdez fight, man. I'm looking forward to see if I can catch it. What else? What other fight? They got the females fighting too, right?
Ay, bendito. Ay, bendito.
Minimum weight undisputed championship. I heard some through the grapevine, dog. I heard Hill sidestep Mutataya, I think.
Clarify. Sidestep.
Like, he won't take that fight. He won't take who? That Mutataya fight. So he fought this dude, you can't even pronounce his last name, dog. They tried to give Mutataya to Tio? Yeah. They don't all that with that.
Tio.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good fight, though.
I would have seen Murataya giving that man problem. I think Tio would have won. He won that smoke. Not the ball who be giving smoke.
So the thing about Murataya, he hasn't fought on that level either.
Huh?
Murataya hasn't fought at that high level either.
I hear you, brother.
I said that Murataya hasn't fought at that high level yet either.
Yeah, he haven't. He just keep fighting. Notable.
Whoa, he knocked out Nakatilia, which that's impressive.
Yeah, he knocked out Nakatilia in the second round. And the dude he fighting tonight fought Devin Haney in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And he fought Jose. He fought Arnold Barbosa. Arnold Barbosa stopped this dude that he fight.
Stopped him.
Murataya can stop him. That's gonna be another decent little win.
Once again, salute to Oshaquie Foster for tapping in with us again today, man. Appreciate you, Keith, for making the thing work today.
Man, it's a small world out here. You hear craziness pop out every second of every minute.
Word up.
Murataya looking like
a monster. I'll tell you right now, though, Robert Garcia got a lot to say.
Yeah, he been talking.
Talk to me. Talk to me nice. Let the panel know what you heard.
Robert, that Robert Garcia you talking about said some beautiful words about it, Matatande Matanillo.
Listen, Dream. Talk to me. What did you hear? What did you get out of it?
Based on what I seen, I seen Robert Garcia making a lot of sense.
Talk to me. Share with us. What part did you hear that made a lot of sense?
He said, "Give me 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Got to fight. After this fight, you don't have no problem making that fight with you, Shakur. Mordecai is clearly number 2 in the WBC. Zepeda don't want no smoke, so who's next in line?"
So the Shakur Stevenson, would people be satisfied with a Mordecai or the guy Artem?
I think they both on the same. If you look at their resumes, they both on the same level. I would say.
I mean, Artem got what?
Artem did good against Frank. Like outside of where.
Yeah, he didn't get knocked down. He's winning that fight.
He did great against Frank, so it was like, well, you feel me? It's a good fight. But I don't think it's better than Mordecai based off of what more like. If you going off of just like the statistics, Mordecai, he a 5-star ranked boxer. Artem a 3.5-star ranked boxer.
Did you see the energy though that Devin had as far as speaking upon Shakur Stevenson's opponents? And I think it's not necessarily Devin Haney's fault because he's answering the questions. But then again, it goes to tell me that, like, why are these media asking Devin Haney about potential opponents of Shakur? Like, that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like it's kind of like premeditated like that. Like if they like script that a little bit.
No, for real. Cause
I heard he's fighting one of my guys I used to fight. Like, it's like, damn. Like, they asked you that question? You know? So that's all. You know, I think, and then they speaking upon Mordecai, and then they're speaking upon what was it? It was Mordecai or the De Los Santos rematch. Like, he was very outspoken upon it.
A lot of people pushing that Mordecai because just off of what they seen with Robert Garcia. Shakur talking like Shakur said he don't have no problem making the fight. Like we can fight. That ain't no problem.
The thing about what the Artem, and I understand it because you're playing the long field chess game, but you're playing long ball. I feel like you getting more the tire or the rematch, you kind of like you nipping everything in the butt. You rocking, you messing with the cream, which Phantom says, right?
Yes, sir. The cream, baby.
I don't know if Artem brings dollars either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought Artem was on PBC. I don't even know what promotion he signed
to.
to.
Just say hold that.
I thought that was once I seen Artem, I thought that was a cross promotional fight.
It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. What can we say? What can we say? Yes, Elijah Garcia did pull out the fight because he was sick. My man, Kyron Davis came in there with the one glove like Michael Jackson. Shit.
He got sick, huh? The bull got sick.
Yeah, son, he got sick, man. Out of nowhere, Brody. Out of nowhere.
That's too bad, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What can you do? What can you do? Man. So what time are these fights starting, man? They starting at 8.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Top rank starting at 8. Are we going live on this joint? We broadcasting these joints or what?
We should, man. It'll be interesting to see them Jones, bro.
You know, especially
you got that kid over Valdez, right?
Yeah, I like the upset on it, man. For some reason, but politics might screw it up.
Damn, I think the same thing, man. Like I think that kid might slump his groove, bro.
He could box. He could box.
And he was in with Navarrete heavy.
Diablo, Wave.
I ain't gonna lie. He for real. He damn near died. To me, he stopped Navarrete. That was a late.
That was a late count.
Very late.
My boy Liam Welsh got a hell of a left hook, bro. That shit is nice. You know.
Hey, go Liam Welsh.
Yeah. Yo, Wave goes and says Bam versus Estrada, one of my favorite fights of the year. Yo, I was telling my boy, yo, that's one of the biggest fights in boxing, but y'all really don't know this.
That
y'all really don't know.
Fight. That fight right there is gonna be a humdinger,
bro. If Bam beats Estrada, like I think he will. If he stops him, yo, Greg Hackett better put him on that special category. If he stops him, he's on my pound for pound.
Pound for pound, Papa. He gotta be pound for pound.
Gotta put him on the pound for pound. Somebody gotta get out of there, and you gotta put him in there.
Estrada went at it with Chocolatito like 3 times, right?
Cuatro veces. Shout out to Kid Austin on the live as well. Salute to Kid Austin.
You gotta be on that special list. Bam Rodriguez, bro, and Estrada. El Gallo Estrada.
Super fight. I like the fight. It's for undisputed. A lot of people don't look at those weight divisions and show love to it. You know what I mean? But so like I said, once again, shout out to Floyd Schofield on the live. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy.
That's at 115, right?
You're Floyd Schofield. What's going on, man?
Not much, chilling.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
What's new with you, man? I mean, I seen your last outing, man. I see that your cut healed up.
Oh yeah, it healed up. It was a little minor one. But I'm just chilling now, just healing up.
So talk to me. I seen what was it you that posted that thing on Instagram or on the YouTube with Bill Haney? Or was it Pops?
I don't be on social media. I don't be on Instagram. Y'all never catch me on Instagram. I was sometimes when I'm replying to people, but I don't be on Instagram like that. He run it.
So talk to me now that things have been going the way they've been going. I mean, are you still looking forward to that JoJo Diaz fight, man?
Not really. He lost his last fight, so I feel like, and I mean, not calling the dude a nobody, but he kind of lost the fight where he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not really valuable to me because you're gonna be like, the other guy beat him. So, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the situation. I mean, he got beat by somebody he was supposed to beat, but I mean, no value did sound kind of harsh, but I'm gonna just say if they give me the fight, I still take the fight, and I feel like it would be still a good step up. But I feel like it'll just be like I get no credit for beating him that fight too. So
right, you know, I interviewed Cepeda, and I know that that's like the guy at 135 in Golden Boy. He feels like you're a little young for the task. What you think? You think you're ready for that? And when you think Oscar gonna put you against that?
When has young ever mattered in boxing? I feel like that's an excuse. I mean, there's been plenty of fighters who fought champions when they were young, But if Oscar give me the fight, I'm taking it. I'm hoping that's a fight we can make the end of the year or early next year. But that's a fight I would like to take next too. That's a good step up. That's a better step up than JoJo.
Of course, that's a bigger step up than JoJo. That's putting you in title contentions and different sanctioning bodies, right? I mean, What are you, ranked number 3 in the WBO?
I think 4 in the WBA, and Zepeda is like number 2 or 1. So I mean, I'm right there with them.
So, where does this energy come from as far as wanting the Shakur Stevenson smoke?
Because like one, my dad raised me different. I don't know if all these fighters are raised by their moms or something, but I just feel like my dad raised me to be a man. But it's boxing. It's our job to fight. I just love fighting. I didn't get in the sport to cherry pick. You know, you're supposed to be in the sport. You're great. Fight each other. I just love fighting. That's me, and I like challenging myself. You know, that's what boxing is all about. It's about taking risks.
I seen you in the Porterway podcast the other day, and I'm glad he asked that question. Upon you hearing the fact that you have a similar fighting style that he does, you really when you hear that, do you take that as a compliment? And do you? Because I asked. They said the same thing with Gary Antoine, and I asked him the same question. He didn't like the comparison.
Mm-hmm. I take it like I just look at it. Sean Porter was a world champion, and I mean I can't really if that's what people see. That's what people see. I'm not gonna change their opinion. I don't hate it. Sean Porter was a great fighter, but then sometimes you gotta have fights where you can't fight like Sean Porter. You gotta box. So it all depends on the fight, and who I'm fighting. But like I said, it's not a bad thing. He won the belt, so I'm trying to get where he was at one point. So.
Facts. Facts. Interviewing Panda, Coach Panda, the coach of Cepeda, and Matias. Um, they spoke upon your fighting style. And then obviously hearing other interviews with you saying that you want, Matias, that you want William Cepeda. He said that your fighting style, you're jumping into punches, you're getting cut at an early age. We talk about as far as getting older and getting these cuts opened up over time. What would you have to say upon that as far as his comment saying you're jumping into it, you're kind of being too anxious? Do you feel like that's happening in your performances?
Yeah, one that fight I didn't jump in, but how I take it, it's like, so what? I mean, it's boxing. You're gonna get cut whether you jump in, whether somebody throw an elbow. Somebody might throw their head, and it's boxing at the end of the day. And I just feel like Bernard said, I'm still young. Of course, I still got stuff. I know, but I still got stuff to work on. But what that got to do with making the fight happen, though. But it is what it is.
Like honestly, when I talked to Cepeda, I told them, hey, I like the way Oscar and Bernard speaks upon you. Like they speak upon you like you ready for a title. Like now, when they talk to about Cepeda, I asked them the same question. Do you feel like Oscar feels the same way thing about you as far as promotional and as how you're getting the promotion? I mean, talk to me about that. And how you doing, Dad?
What up? What up? What up? And I handle all the business. Floyd don't handle the business, so that would be a question more towards me. We have our own promotion company. Floyd signed to us. We our own boss. So all those questions, that's for the Shakurs and the other guys. We run our own company. We made a deal. We was already signed to Davies, running our own stuff, and we brought Davies to Golden Boy because Oscar wanted us. We didn't go to Oscar, but we run our own shit.
So
you can ask the question, but that question we don't have to go through hoops.
Right.
Shakur don't want to fight us. We told him to send a contract. We gave our email address. Yeah. If they come, he asked me another day. We sent the. I told him. So all that's nonsense. We don't go. Yeah, so we don't go. We don't have to wait for no Oscar nothing. So next question on that.
But in the same time, I mean, you said that you sent Shakur Stevenson a contract. Why would he?
I said I told Shakur to send us the contract.
Okay.
But and then him, and I gave him my email address for the business. Nothing came, so we moved on from that. We don't have to wait for Oscar to give us a proof. We pick our own fights.
I like that. So that being said, Shakur wanted to play matchmaker and put Abdullah Mason. What?
I don't think he got the. I don't think he got the disclaimer that Floyd already beat up the Mason. That's what I'm saying. He put on this show. Like, no, he just didn't know. He didn't know. Like, you know, he probably was trying to promote his guy that's on his team, that's signed to his manager, but he didn't know the backstory of the Masons and our history with the Masons. So they picked the wrong guy to defend his honor because we beat him and his brother up. So they're not a threat for our staff, but they are great fighters. Because I promoted Mason on our before even brought him up. I ain't saying that, but it's just, you know, I think that he will be champion, but his style is too primitive for ours. Ours is more advanced. But my son is a switch fighter, so we got more zones, more angles, and a lot more tools in our art than them.
So that being said, I mean, you said that you got over on him and his brother. I mean, I've spoken to the brother. I don't know. I sent you guys the interview. I don't know if he was able to see the Mason interview. Speaking upon it, he said that he didn't say that you guys got over on him. He kind of said that went the other way around.
He said he was humble. He didn't say nothing. He stayed humble, and I like his thing. But I speak facts. I don't care what anybody say. I speak facts and I leave the truth where it is, and that's it. And I move on to the next. I have no reason to lie to nobody.
Yeah, because that's when I asked him. I said, you know, where did this confidence come from? Obviously, Shakur is speaking upon it, but did you get this confidence through the sparring you guys had? And he said yes.
That's on that man. Like I said, I can care less what they say. All I do is speak the truth of what happened, and that's it. And all I can say is, they can't compete with us, even in the amateurs. We beat them in the amateurs even too. So it's like, you know, their style can't compete with ours.
Who did you beat in the amateurs?
Did we beat, listen, because I know you want clickbait. The Mason Styles, we put this clickbait. The Mason Styles can't beat ours. We beat them in the amateurs, and we beat them in the bar.
It's not click. It's not click. Whatever you say, whatever you say, we quote. You know, clickbait's something that you say that doesn't happen.
No, what I'm saying is that's all that matters. That's what happened. We beat multiple ones of them. They style can't beat out. Like I said, we got it on video. It's on video. It's on a lot of video. A lot of people recorded it. So what I was saying is he picked the wrong one. That was basically it because we already have a history. So for Abdullah, Floyd not a threat according to Abdullah, and for Floyd, they not a threat to us at all. So on to the next one. The fighters we wanted Shakur. Shakur is 135, supposed to be the king of the division. And he called me out. What? That's what we want. But yeah, he's still calling out. But he won't take no fight. He won't sit no fight. So it is.
Realistically, when do you think you guys get that fight? Do you guys think you get the fight?
Come on, he's running now. You think he really gonna give us a fight, brother? Come on now. He said, "Come on now." No, just be serious. It's real boxers and it's fake boxers. Y'all know who the real boxers is. Y'all know who want to fight and who don't. Shakur got plenty of opportunities to fight. He's not fighting nobody. No disrespect to nobody, but y'all got eyes. Y'all can see who's trying to. Of course, y'all can see who's trying to engage in fights and who's not.
So you feel like you feel like him and Cepeda won't happen either?
I mean, if it does, hopefully that will happen. But I feel like that's the fight that can somewhat kind of make sense. But then again, it's like he say, she say. Like you say, you spoke to Panda. I don't know what they saying about the Shakur situation, but according to Shakur, the Panda don't want to fight him, and that his coach said they don't want to fight. So we'll see.
He said. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Mills from Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the fighters channel, the trainers channel, the people's channel. Salute to Floyd Schofield and his father for tapping in. I hate Instagram Live sometimes because it just cuts you off. So we just cut off some great guests. Boxing talk, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, we're gonna start it back up. That's what I try to tell y'all is that you never know who's gonna tap in. You never know who will tap in. Subscribe to Mill City Boxing on YouTube. And salute to Floyd Schofield and his father for taking the time to pull up and sneak up on us and chop it up, man. This is nice, man. We gotta support all the fighters, right? Support them all. Support them all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Get a nice little exclusive, so I'll be dropping that on later on today as well. Salute to everybody on the live. Smash the like button if you have not smashed the like button. Become a member of Mill City Boxing. The link is in the comments. Appreciate for each and every single one of y'all for tapping in as well. Later on today, we will be broadcasting the fights with Oscar Valdez and Liam Wilson. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. Lots of smoke. Appreciate each and every single one. Yeah, if you are on the Instagram, make sure you guys go out your way to subscribe to Mill City Boxing on YouTube as well. We got 200 people on the YouTube. Smash the like button for me to improve the visibility of the show. We just had Oshaquie Foster, Floyd Schofield, and his pops on in this segment as well. So great segment so far, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great segment so far. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Phone lines are still available. They're wide open, the whole panel. Getting into some of these comments. Why does he keep snatching his son's phone, Mill City? Well, when you're asking the tough questions, and they're probably not questions that Floyd necessarily can answer, so he takes it upon himself to throw that the manager hat on. And I don't got no problem with it. I understand it. If I had a son in boxing, that's exactly some of the things I would do. But also try to PR train him, put him around some good people to get used to the talk. You know what I mean? It's like when your parents, man, they teach you. You know what I mean? You don't talk to the cops, and you don't tell on your friends, and you got to like teach your kids that. So that's just something upon that. But smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tapping in. God bless. On to the next. That was a great segment so far. So I'll be just dropping the content in a few minutes. Salute to everyone on the live. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Mills. Mill City Boxing. Home of the high level pro boxing media. God bless. And on to the next. See y'all later.